Minnesota Vikings have had this long, unhealthy relationship with running backs. I mean, it just goes all the way back in the franchise. Chuck Foreman started things that, well, I guess to go back to Boom Boom Bill Brown, but Chuck Foreman, Ground Chuck, and freaking he was a bell cow. Like, he was a legit stud running back for the Vikings. Good old 44, say no more. Do a lot of things, right? And then the Vikings trading heaven and earth for Herschel Walker. It's like, cool. Yeah, we saw your tape at Georgia. You're amazing. Come on in. And we'll just ship the Cowboys like a couple of Jerome Bardys. There you go. And then Adrian Peterson. I mean, the Vikings building the team around him for so many years and making him the first $100 million running back in NFL history. Only running back to have over $100 million in career earnings. Actually, maybe the only one for a long, long time, depending on what happens with Zeke. And then it's like the whole thing's like, well, how come Adrian Peterson never won a playoff game without Brett Favre? Well, he never had a quarterback. Exactly. Boom. Because it's a quarterback league. So Vikings now, all the talks and the leaks and stuff about Vikings opening up long-term extension talks with Dalvin. So a couple things here. I love Dalvin Cook. I was a big defender of Dalvin Cook, as a lot of fans were sort of turning their back on him. Oh, he's injury prone. Oh, this, oh, that. I was like, You saw enough flashes 2016. You saw enough flashes 2017 to know that this man was a bad mofo. Sorry, 2017, 2018. There you go. Nailed it. That he could be one of the best running backs in the league if he could just stay healthy. So now the ACL, that happens. Whatever. 2018, working back, had that hamstring on the same leg as the ACL. Pretty common soft tissue injuries, same side as an ACL. As the body's rehabbing, getting back in, it's fine. So 2019, able to put everything together. Outside zone scheme. Kubiak, give it to my baby. That's right. Dalvin Cook became one of the best dynamic running backs in the league, both as a receiver and definitely as a runner. Now, did miss a couple of games. Again, the injury bugaboo coming up again with that amorphous shoulder, chest, other shoulder injury that happened in the Denver game and then eventually drug out through the rest of the season. But you saw how important Dalvin is to this offense, right? You can't have a one-on-one replacement for Dalvin at this point yet. Now, could you in the future? Perhaps. But he was the straw that stirred the drink of the Vikings offense. And when he was out, it just simply was not the same. So he is a superstar in the making, all that other stuff. But also, I do think it would be folly if the Vikings extended Dalvin Cook this offseason. Now, we've talked about the reasons why. I mean, the obvious one, the elephant in the room is, can he stay healthy for a full 16? Or can we just pay him prorated? It's like a track phone, pay per minute or whatever it is. And also, just the explosion of running back contracts that have cratered and failed, frankly. You look at Gurley, you look at David Johnson, Zeke seems to be panning out so far, but of course he's only 1 year into it, and you just, Le'Veon Bell, you toss in there. There's a reason why Melvin Gordon did not get a big contract out there, because teams are very skittish to pay a full-time running back, a big three-down guy, just because, generally they're going to be used up. Look at Devonta Freeman, Dalvin Cook's high school teammate and alma mater mate as well. So you're starting to see teams just be like, It's almost like implicit collusion together, where they're just trying to depress the running back market just because every single team is scared to pay a running back. Every single team, except for seemingly the Vikings, right? Because they want to be a run-first team, and this franchise historically just has this weird thing about running backs. So are the Vikings going to come out and give Dalvin Cook a 4-year, $50 million extension plus with heavy guarantees? If it happens, I would be of two minds about it. Like, I wouldn't be upset about it because I love Dalvin Cook, but I would be very upset about it from a Vikings franchise cap health point of view, right? Especially with Kirk Cousins' deal on the books, especially paying Adam Thielen top-tier positional money, so especially paying Kyle Rudolph top-tier positional money. So you're tying up in your skill positions a lot of cap space, even though cap is a myth. But also with Dalvin, it's like, is he going to live up to that deal? Like, are you fully sold that he will live up to that money? I don't know. And as we pointed out before, why rush? What is the point? Like, I fully understand and respect. Dalvin Cook wants to get some, just because he also knows that the clock is ticking because he plays running back, that, hey, we have to get some guaranteed money in there now. We got to get some big money. He's been playing on his rookie deal, second round contract, which comparatively to the league is peanuts. It's not a lot of money, right? And he's already seen that he's churning through. He's putting his body on the line, and this team wants to go heavy, be a run-first team, so he's going to have some leverage here. Does he though? Does he necessarily? There's always been talk. There's already been talk about Dalvin. It's like, well, he'll hold out. He'll hold out at training camp and do all those things, right? Well, Alexander Madison's third-round pick, sitting there chilling. Mike Boone, third year, doing a little something. As well as the Vikings with 12 draft picks. I wouldn't be shocked if they drafted a running back. I really wouldn't. Like, say these early contract negotiations with Dalvin goes nowhere, right? And Dalvin's like, all right, I shall withhold my services. That is the only leverage that I have in these spots, so I'm going to sit out training camp. The Vikings are like, cool, hold my beer. Watch this. Take Zach Moss out of Utah in the third round. Okay, so where'd that leverage go, right? So I just want to see Dalvin play out this year. And again, obviously it was not his prerogative. I want players to get their money, etc. But just talking from a team perspective, before you go out and give Dalvin that big-ass contract, can he play a full 16 games? Can he replicate the high-level play that he did in 2019? I fully think he can. And if he does, mazel tov. You get your money, here you go. Or play the franchise tag game with him. Because frankly, with the running back position, just because of the attrition of the position, I actually would be okay playing the tag game where you have the rookie deal and then you tag him, tag Dalvin for 2021, maybe even tag him again for 2022. Yes, you do have to give him a 20% raise. But also, if you think about it, since the tag is the average of the top 5 contracts and that money, that average is coming down because of the depressed nature of the market, that's actually not bad. It really isn't. And then you just reassess what Dalvin is going to be in 3 years because, given his health track record, just given the nature of the game, as well as how much work is going to be put on him if Zimmer stays in charge here for the next couple of years, like, are you betting that Dalvin Cook will be the same as he is now? Like, when Dalvin Cook is 100%, we'll be betting that he'll be doing the same damn thing in 3, 4, 5 years. It's a tough bet. It really is. But yeah, I love him. I think that he's going to have ample opportunity here with the Vikings. I think he could eventually become like the top fantasy running back. I think he could become all around the best running back in the NFL. But giving him a long-term extension, if it is a very front-loaded deal, if there's a lot of heavy incentives in there that go into playing time, games played, staying healthy, etc., I would be okay with it because I think the Vikings do really need to hedge the bets here. And they don't need to, their hand isn't being forced right now. Like, Dalvin is still under contract for a year, and if he holds out, it's whatever. You still have Madison, you still have Boone, you still have the Kubiak zone scheme who turns nobodies into somebodies every single other year, right? But also, I sort of understand why they would want to extend him. Like, they want that stability. They want to do that. They want to reward their guy. Spiel wants to get back to doing that as opposed to letting contracts go to the final year where negotiations can frankly get pretty contentious. But it's a big gamble. It is a big gamble. So again, I'm of two minds of it right now. It's tough. You love Dalvin, but also you don't want to extend Dalvin. It's one of those spots. But what camp are you? Where are you at right now? Extending Dalvin Cook? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. You want to support the work? Pull us up on the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.